Today I'm going to be making tortellini, you know what, I can't pronounce it. It's spinach and ricotta. I love Italian food, so I could eat a lot of this. I know it says it serves 2, but I just don't think that fills you up if you have half a portion of this. Now I'm going to do this an unconventional way. I'm going to do it, instead of in a pan, I'm going to do it in a container that is meant to steam vegetables in a microwave. Now I've already filled it with hot water, so I'm going to put some salt in it. I love garlic salt. This is going to add a lot of flavour to the pasta. I'm just going to stir that a bit. I'm going to add the pasta. I mean, this is just like a cooking hack if you don't have any time to wait for a pan of water to boil. Now, when you're putting it in the water, watch you don't burn yourself, because it's could end up scalding yourself this water. I have had another pack of these the other day, and they were cheese ones. And I had like half a packet, and it really didn't fill me up. So this is how I know that just half of this packet does not fill you up. It says it's for 2 people, but yeah, when you've got a big appetite, you're gonna need more. Now, on the packet it does say like gotta cook it for 5 minutes or something. So I'm gonna do it for 4 minutes, and then the last minute I'm gonna cook it in the sauce. Now, when you're using something like this, you've got to make sure that's tightly on there, but make sure there's holes so that the steam can get through. So make sure you have the holes uncovered. Now, lots of people have these in their homes, so I don't think there's an excuse for someone not to be able to get this done, like to do this. But if you don't, then it's fine, because they cost a couple of quid. You can get them for just about anywhere. Whilst that's cooking, I am going to shred a bit of garlic, because I love garlic. I'm just going to use one of these, I forget what they're called. I mean, I love Italian food, so I could make this every day if I wanted to. I'm going to add more, actually. That's only a little bit. I mean, this is just a simple cooking hack in case you don't, have time to, I mean, when you're coming in and you say you've been up for a long walk or you've been to work, most people just don't have the time. So the sauce I'm going to be using is this Domino sauce. I love this. Best thing about it is, I've used quite a lot of it over the week. The best thing about it is that it's very cheap. It's really nice as well. Very sweet. I'm also going to be using some of this because This is pesto because it's got some like fresh herbs in and stuff, and I can't actually get real fresh herbs because they'll just, you know, probably go off in a few days of me using them and cost a bit of money, whereas this just works out cheaper. I mean, I like using Italian herbs as well, Italian dry herbs. So I'm going to put a few of them in as well. Got some garlic pepper. And I've got some onions. Chopped onions. I love buying onions like that because it saves your eyes. I am so bad for like crying when I cut onions. So this is a massive lifesaver. And then it costs 25p and as do they do. So now the cheeses I'm going to be using. I've used a lot of this, but I've got another bag in the fridge. It's a 4 cheese. Oh, it's got like lots of different cheeses in it. So like mozzarella and cheddar, Gloucester and Mockney Jack. My favourite cheeses. Unfortunately, there's not red Leicester in, and I love that, but it's fine. And I've got this cheese as well. I'm going to be putting in. I'm going to be mixing it into the pasta. This cheese I'm going to use to just sprinkle on top of it and let it just melt on top of it once I've drained it. So, and I've done this before, so I know it tastes delicious. And this is just about done. Okay, so when you're getting it out, you need to be careful you don't burn yourself because, yeah, that's going to be really, really hot, and the steam is going to burn you as well if you're not careful. Be careful with these because these pastas are like, you know, parsley pastas. And don't worry if you leave a bit of starch in there because it kind of makes it a bit creamier, so it's fine. Now, normally you'd use a different pan, okay? You take the pasta and you put it in a pan with sauce in, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use the same container because it's just a lot easier, and you shouldn't have to just be dirtying all your pans and stuff. Oh, that's lovely. I want to put the pasta in. And I'm going to do 1 more minute cooking them in the microwave. Right, I'm going to add some of this because it makes it taste gorgeous. I've added some of this pesto in spaghetti the other day, and oh my goodness, it was so good. It was so good. Now, you probably should have used a spoon to stir these, but no, it's fine. I mean, if that's not a lot, you can always add a bit more sauce if you wanted to. I mean, if I don't eat all of this, I'll just probably put it in the fridge for tomorrow, maybe to have some for some lunch. Now, if you see that, I've got it all mixed in. Got all the sauce and that mixed in. Normally you'd cook the sauce in a separate pan, but to be honest, it's gonna cook in the microwave anyway for a minute. So I'm just gonna add a few onions just because I love onions. I know they don't really go with this dish, but I don't care. just going to add some garlic, pepper, salt. Only a bit because you don't really need lots. Put some garlic, Italian herbs in there as well. Got garlic on the brain, me swear down. Speaking of which, I'm going to add my garlic. Actually, I'll add a bit of water to start making it easier to fall in. Don't worry about it being a bit too thingy because it's all going to just... And the pasta's going to soak up all the sauce. And this is going to be gorgeous. Just to stir all that in. And then I'm going to put some of this cheese in. I mean, you can put as much or as little in as you want. You don't have to go mad. I mean, I'm just doing this because I love having loads of cheese. I mean, I've kind of been inspired as well by other channels. I mean, I'm just not a good cook. The only thing I'm really good at cooking is French toast, really. But I have a go at other things, and I love Italian food, so I just like to have a go at this. Gotta be a bit careful so the fillings don't come out, but I think I'm okay with this. Now I add this cheese because it'll melt on top. I mean, the other cheese I put in, it will just make it taste a bit nutty, add a bit more flavour, but this will just, it will just all melt in the pasta, and it'll just, oh gorgeous, look at you. Oh man, it'll be lovely. Okay, so that's the cheese on top, and then I'm going to put the lid back on top. Now, just for 1 more minute in the microwave. Okay. I think the plate kind of gone out of place there. It's fine. You just got to keep an eye on it as well, just in case. But you know, this is a good pasta. It's very famous in Italy, and it's done in like 5 minutes. I mean, if you want to do other pastas, like spaghetti, it's a dry pasta. You're gonna have to wait a bit longer to have it done in the microwave because it can take like up to 11 minutes. You have to read on the back of the packet, make sure that you know it's the correct time. But this is 5 minutes, so I cooked the pasta in water for 4 minutes, and now I'm cooking it in the sauce and the cheese and all kinds of different herbs and stuff for like 1 minute. So this pasta is gonna, you know, absorb all those flavours, and it's gonna be absolutely delicious. And it's nearly done. There we go. There we go. Oh, look at that. And that smell, you can't smell it, but that is phenomenal, that smell. Just gonna taste a bit and see. It's gonna taste gorgeous. That's really hot, so I'm going to wait for it to cool down, but that is absolutely delicious. So have a go yourself. See what the pastas you can do in the microwave. And I'm going to enjoy my dinner. Good night and God bless.